Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here to watch some more jobless reincarnation. We got a comment here today, so let's see what people got to say. We have Kelvin Cawthon, who says, from Missed Connections, I'm glad you guys took the time to read that long arse comment I made on the Turning Point episode, the light novel copy-paste of the Rudy and Eris bedroom scene. I didn't expect it to be read out loud on the video, though. As for the episode, I don't always agree with Ruji. I mean, Richard's black and white outlook on good and evil, but this time, yeah, I think these smugglers deserved to be unalived. You have any contesting thought about that? Are you down with killing terrible, horrible smugglers and slavers?
Oh, I was gonna do the thing, but it doesn't seem to be there anymore.
Ah, no. I want you to know, I heard that in good faith that you have been harassing me with the I'm a pervert line for a whole month. Everyone look over here. It's me, the pervert. There it is.
Good
But
faith.
I don't
What is
regret
that?
it. I don't regret it. I think I had fun with it. But yeah, Richard has like a very uh black and white outlook on things. But no, he's entirely correct in a lot of his actions.
I don't know. He
90% of them.
kind of feels like a Hercules analog.
Mm, yeah, I could see it. I could see like the labors of Hercules here. It's like I have to do all of these things to be clear again.
Well, no, I was more on the fact you remember Hercules kills his wife and his kids, right?
Yep.
Kind of like
Yeah, which is the instigation for doing the labors.
kind of what Richard just done. So
Exactly. We got a good parallel right there. I was temporarily thinking of like Rorschach from Watchmen, who generally isn't great, but like specifically like sees a bunch of kids getting butchered and is just like, I have to literally stop this and make them pay, or it will never happen. It's like, okay, cool. The one good thing he ever did.
I was gonna say Rorschach 1 or Rorschach 2. That's very clearly Rorschach 1.
Yeah, Rorschach one. The new ones are in like the new mini series thing. Yeah, those ones apparently are way worse.
The new one.
The new, it's new to me. I haven't watched it. But yeah, no. Richard is very much in the right on getting rid of the slavers. I don't think we're ever gonna contest that one. But Theta, any comments? Are we gonna go ahead and go talk about last time
Well, I
first?
want to address something from last recording that I feel
Sure,
needs to be addressed,
go for it.
which is how do you get along with your dad?
Oh, me personally?
Yes.
Slight amount of tensions, but we are both huge nerds, so we get along on being huge nerds.
So generally good, is what you're saying.
I would say at least 90% good,
You
yeah.
say some tensions, but I mean, I think that's just normal family life.
Yeah, basically, you live with anyone in close proximity, you're going to dislike something.
I'd say my relationship with my dad's more like complicated. Like,
Not very complicated.
yeah. Well, I mean, like, he said he was going to come down when I was going to get my very important throat surgery regarding the cancer and everything, and he
Mhm.
ended up getting drunk, lost, and arrested halfway, many states away from
Damn.
here. Yeah, which is par of the course for
Mhm.
him. So, yeah, no, because I was like tearing up during that episode, and it
Mhm.
seems to me when I was reading a bunch of comments from other people who watched the episode,
Yeah.
anybody who has like complicated issues with their dad seem to have been getting the same reaction. And then you not only were laughing the entire time, but you also told me smiley happy face for the thumbnail. And it's like I used the crying face of the thumbnail, so we couldn't have been further apart.
I will definitely say it is it there was definitely like, the anxiety laugh that I do, but it was also genuinely funny in being the most awkward scenario possible for all three people in there, including the bartender who has to sit and watch this entire thing go down.
Yeah, no, I know. That's
But
why I
at the
bring
end,
it up. Well,
they
that's why.
had a touching moment together. Like
Well, that's
they
why I
they
bring it up, Griff, because it's not your normal. I
Mhm.
laugh for everything laugh.
Yeah,
Because the
yeah.
moment you say, I'm going to put a smiley face on the thumbnail, that means I knew what that laugh was then. That laugh was just happy laughter. Which is why I asked the whole family question thing beforehand.
Mhm.
Just to clarify that
Yeah.
that
It
you found this to be a happy laughy scene, and I was like almost crying scene.
oh yeah. I mean, like, there's definitely like was a lot of dramatic tension to it because like you don't necessarily know where it's going to land, but it like sticks the landing on like this very earnestly, authentically nice note between the two of them. That's like it's hard to not look back on all that, interpret it all very positively. But I could definitely see like if you have a different set of life experiences, you're going through the first half of it going, oh, this is not good.
Well, I mean, like I was that way for the getting together thing, where the mending fences bit,
Yeah.
and then we go to his flashback to his what 20s, mid 20s, I guess at that point,
Uh-huh.
where he's like got this friend who doesn't understand him, and then he flips out and he loses that friendship, and that's the
Yeah,
point in
yeah.
the episode where I become flippant, and you start making like real life observations about it, and I'm just cracking jokes. That's where we flip things because I
hmm
clearly don't have anything like that that I'm gonna connect to, and it's just a thing, right? And then
Never said mean things to a friend and regretted it. No, I don't believe that one.
well, no, I just mean I don't connect to it, right? I think the person I am now isn't the person I've been for most of my life,
hmm
but at the same point, I understood it when it came back to present day, and Rudeus is commenting about how um, Paul is younger than he was at that time, and
hmm
still is coming here to apologize, versus he never went back to apologize when he was that age. Meaning Paul, it even says Paul was a lot further along than I am. That sort of
hmm
thing. And it's like, yeah, I wasn't apologizing to people until maybe a few years back. So it's like,
I this does bring me to a speculative thought I've had like in the weeks between here, right? And that is what if Paul and Rudius are even more alike? What if Paul went through an experience like old Earth Rudius went through?
I don't think so. I
What
think
if
Paul is the kind of
what if this
person who
explains the exile, quote unquote, that he was in?
I think Paul is the kind of person who talk about it constantly.
I don't know. I'm thinking like maybe we can establish even more lines of connections to the characters because it would be funny to me at least to like have even more parallels.
I'll make it clear here then, Griffin. When I say I don't think so or nah, that's not it, don't
Mhm.
take that as me shooting your theory down. That's just
Yeah.
me not agreeing with your theory, which
Mhm,
isn't.
mhm.
I'm not the end all arbiter of theories. Like
Of course.
for all we know, heaven is another dimension, right? Heavenly
I'm pretty
delusion
sure 90%
reference.
of stuff I've said here is wrong anyways. It's
That's what I was just saying. Heavenly delusion, right? For all we know,
yeah.
heaven is another dimension, right? So
Yeah. We go through the portal to meet the aliens in the other dimension.
despite the fact that we've
Uh,
clearly seen them walk out of the portal and now we're on a boat to a city. But I'm
mhm.
just saying that
Alien city.
I'm not the end all. I think the writer of the show is the end all.
Of
So,
course.
I'm,
That's what we're here to
or
do.
the
Watch and see
writer
what
or
happens.
the writer of the manga or the light novel or whatever their first thing was.
Mhm.
I'm just saying that's not me discounting your opinion in so much of saying it's impossible, shut up, stop talking about it. I'm saying for me this doesn't fit, and typically I say these are the reasons
Mhm.
why. Like um, Geese being human god. If Geese if Geese was human god, why wouldn't he just show up to Rudeus as Geese from the first place?
Uh, maybe there's rules.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
I mean,
I
you
got no theory on that one.
you might even throw out, well, it'd be weird if he showed up to do it as a kid, right?
Mhm.
And it's like, well, he's already doing it as a kid, but he's also
Yeah.
showing up in his mind too now. It's like,
Mhm.
I don't know. It just seems weird that human god would be human and a god.
It's definitely one of the sillier theories I've had, but again, it makes me happy to imagine it because it's funny to me. But I think on that note, we have Paul and Rudeus going separate ways. Paul is continuing on his quest to find everyone, and Rudeus is continuing on his quest to take Eris home. Which, as they've established, home's not there anymore.
Well,
So
we were
I,
at a debate about that.
mhm,
Because we saw the crater? That wasn't really a crater. I don't know, indentation. The very large
mhm,
indentation.
yeah,
But we don't really get any context about where that is exactly. Because that doesn't
mhm,
seem
mhm.
like it's Roa, considering where Grandpa got his head cut off.
Right. We got information to fill in, and once they get there, we should be getting a more precise scene of the damages.
Yeah, because Eris wants to go there irregardless of what's happened.
Mhm, mhm. So, well, I guess then this episode definitely has to be the one where they end up getting home and like do all that,
Well,
or do you think we still have more road time?
they've been given money, remember, to make the
Hmm.
trip.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I guess we still got more road time, and maybe we have like one more arc along the way. I guess that's what I'm kind of envisioning. So I guess on that note, that seems like all that we got here before we get started. So let's go ahead and do it. But before we get started, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you want more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can go ahead and check us out over on the Patreon. It's just $5 a month, but no pressure. It's all to support the channel, just a little bit extra.
See the link down below. Join the Discord. Let us know how you felt about last episode.
Taking us right back to the heart of last episode.
Well, I mean, because he came there and he was so happy to see Paul because he's the only one he can trust. And then we had this
Hmm.
whole thing about the breakdown between them. So,
Right.
once Paul realized he could release his emotions, that's when Rudeus gets the whole, I
I
instigated this,
know.
but now I'm feeling sad and happy too.
It's sad, but it's sweet. It was really just such a good scene.
我こそは北進カールマンが直弟子クジャク県のオーベールの三番弟子
Are you a
ロド
banded
リウス
man?
その物腰さぞ名のある御人とお見受けした立ち上げを処方したい
No, it's just a duel.
こういう手合いは久しぶりだな
He looks so happy. And now he's
これだ
done.
こんなに強い者がいるとは世界はまだまだ広いな
Oh, deserved but adorable.
I was about to say, you better cast the healing magic. Because that man's teeth were destroyed.
Oh.
我こそは我こそは
Oh,
I
a new
mean-
problem has arisen.
It's not a problem, it's exactly what you wanted. To be fair, this is the environment to be sick in.
Yeah, this is the worst seas you could be on, that's fair. Nah, even Rudeus can't help.
Just the sound effect of it.
神なる力は芳醇なるルイジェルドさんは大丈夫なんですか
お前たちがなぜ気持ち悪くなるのかがわからん
そうですかしかし
Honestly, I feel like
今
Richard
回はルイジェルドさんも
would be getting ill. He's a man of the desert.
たまには
Yeah, when's the last time he's ever seen water? Oh, right, 2 episodes
父
ago.
親を悪く言ってやるない
いんですよ僕たちはそういう関係なんです
そうなのか
それにしてもやっと中央大陸ですね長かったですとは言ってもまだちょうど旅の折り返し地点ですわ
I don't know, man. I'd be worried if this boat's going off course. Gilligan's Island style.
この海を渡ったところは米の一大産地なんだそうです。
好きなのか米。
ええ、それはもう自慢ではないですが、僕は握り飯をおかずに山盛りのお米を食べることができます。
All the food in this world is not going to be like how you want it to be. It's been 15 years since Earth.
中央大陸は道も整備されているはずですし、これからは楽しい旅をコンセプトにやっていきましょう。あ、もちろん家族の捜索やスピルト族の名誉回復は最優先でやっていきます。
そうだな。わかった。ゼニスは未だ行方不明。それどころかリーリアとアイシャ、それにシルフィーも情報がない。
Yeah, why would you separate those two thoughts? That was all your family into one friend. I guess he doesn't consider the maid and her daughter family for some reason.
I mean, I guess like narratively, we're just like reframing. Like, by the way, those are all still missing. Maybe they're grouped up.
You think? The sound effect they give him when he throws up is crazy.
Oh, that's giving it your all.
そうですか。ブレイズは死にましたか。
ああ、レッドフードコブラに丸飲みだそうだ。
口が悪く、私が何か失敗するたびに悪態をついていたブレイズ。いつも喧嘩をする私たちをやれやれと言いつつも諌めてくれたハーケンディール。
Who was Blaze?
パーティーでしたよね。
The name sounds familiar, and I'm hoping it's not the horse guy we killed.
そうでしょうか。自分ではわかりません。
But we might also not have met him.
何ですかそれは。バカにしているんですか。
But it's funny to see Roxy just hanging out with the person everyone had so much trouble with.
No, that's not him.
I swear it is.
Are you saying all horse people look alike, Griff? Don't be horse racist. Remember that guy has a giant scar on his cheek.
そうですか。そうですね。そういう時期もありました。昔は身の丈というものが分かっていなかったですからね。子供だと思われて舐められないようにとばかり考えていました。逆に今では
Okay, show. Rudeus isn't here. You don't have to.
無影症で魔術が使えるだとか、できないことばかりを期待されています。そういうノコパラは変わりませんね。見た目以外は。
なんだそりゃ、遠回しに老けたって言いてえのか。
そうとも言いますね。
言うようになったじゃねえか。
相変わらず金に意地汚く弱者を狙って。
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe this is the guy. I swore he had a giant scar on his face after Ruchard clipped him.
でもまあ2年ほど前に痛い目にあってからは自重してんだ。
2 years, huh?
Info.
ノコパラがですか。
ああ、デッドエンドって3人組のパーティーにちょっとな。まあいいじゃねえかその話は。そんなことよりせっかくこんなところまで戻ってきたんだ。実家には顔出したのかよ。
Oh, we are setting up a comedy of errors plot here.
実家ですか。
This is what I thought was going to happen 2 episodes ago.
おいおい、マジかよ。もしかしてあの頃以来ずっと帰ってねえのか。
どうせ私が帰ったとしても誰も喜ばないでしょ。
You'd find out that Rudeus had been there. And who Dead End really is.
She's gonna have to go all the way out there to find the truth.
なんであなたにそんなこと言われないといけないんですか。
俺にもな、お前たちと別れてしばらくしてから嫁ができてガキが生まれたんだ。3人だ。これがもう可愛いんだ。
なんですか、のろけですか。
たまにはまあ叱ったり喧嘩することもあるが、あいつらのためなら俺は何にでもなるし何だってする。親ってのはそういうもんなんだ。へへ。
It would be hard for a horse to look somebody in the eyes.
そんなことくらいなんだってんだ。
Well, no, because, you know, their
Yeah,
eyes go...
every- What we're getting here, of course, is like half profile shots most of the time. But yeah, looking straight down.
まあお前のことだから言っても聞かねえんだろうが、後悔する前に仲直りしておくことを勧めるね。たった一つの家族だぜ。
Here we are. At last, the truth. You know, didn't they have a guard out front?
Yeah, it was her dad. Wasn't it?
少し変わりましたね。
Everyone's at home. They're being used. That's what the fires are
緑も
for.
少し増えた気がします。でも不気味なほど静かなのは昔のままですね。
Okay, there are people outside. Whew. I was worried for a second.
You knew there were people, Griff. The houses are being used.
私にはあなたたちの
But there was no
こと
one
がわからない。
outside. There was no one on guard. I was like, oh no, the village has secretly been destroyed or something.
その目、部外者を見る目。生まれてから大人になるまでずっと疎外感を感じながら生きて
Oh,
き
it's
た
the Winnie the Pooh guy in the back.
排他的で閉じられた世界。私はこの村が嫌いだ。もう戻ってくることはないと思っていたのですが。
And of course they'll ask, oh, did you talk to Rudeus? We asked him to send you back. Does truly anybody know the rules to hopscotch?
Are there rules?
There are rules to hopscotch.
I thought you just hopped for fun.
How do you know how to make the thing if there weren't rules?
I made it so it looked pretty. You always gotta go back and admire your early graffiti, you know?
再び立ち上がる力を与え、ヒーリング。
Yeah, glad they're not being weird about it.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, are they setting something up here?
Well, no, I just mean, like, this is a world where magic exists, and everyone knows magic exists. So, don't be
Right.
weird about someone casting magic. Be weird about the flash photography. It's getting annoying.
Yeah. Or is she just remembering everyone throwing rocks at her? I think that's what that sound actually is.
Why? Why would you even say that? We didn't even get a flashback of rocks being thrown at her.
Because I have a feeling we're gonna get there. What happened to you here? That is so traumatizing.
By the way, imagine Rudeus's staff with the giant blue gem. Look at her puny little blue gem.
Oh yeah, it's...
For comparison about how much money Eris must have spent.
ただいま。
ロキシー。
お久しぶりです。
おかえりなさい、ロキシー。元気だった？
今までどうしてた？一人で来たのか？
いえ、その。
お前の噂は旅人から耳にしていたんだ。話を聞かせてくれないか？
まあ、いろいろと。
Come on, question what travelers were talking about me.
さあ、でも 本当に無事でよかった。しばらくここにいられるのよね。
好きなだけここにいなさい。
Everything seems fine here.
もう立つことにします。
もう行ってしまうのか？
The story just taunting us with the past right now.
いえ、急ぐ旅の中、少し寄っただけなので。
次はいつ帰ってくる？
さあ、わかりません。もう帰ってこないかもしれません。
Yeah, come on, if Rudeus and Paul can patch things up.
20年に一
You're
度
the far more mature one, you should be able to do this.
そうですね。50年以内には戻ってくるかもしれません。
本当？約束よ。
はい。
ごめんなさい。いつかまた会えたら、その時は泣かないって決めてた。
Oh, the show's doing so good with this.
お母さん。
えーっと、あった。これはお馬さん。
お馬
これは毛皮。よ
さん。怪
Well, we took off the horse.
くできたわね、ロキシー。えらいえらい。
何してるの？
I think that hopscotch board is actually stuck in the ground. It's been there for 50 years.
Wait, do they talk doing this, and she can't do that, and you interpreted that as her being pelted by rocks?
ロキシー。
Oh gosh, you might be right, actually.
私悪い子なの。だから誰もお話ししてくれないの。
ごめんね。お母さんのせいで、ロキシーは悪い子じゃないわ。ごめんね。
私の知る両親はいつも辛そうだった。幼いながらもそれが私のせいなんだということは気づいていた。念話が話せない私は異端者なのだ。
Ah, there we go.
だから私は家を
You
飛
are
び出
right.
した。私がいなくなればこの人たちは喜ぶに違いない。そう思った。
It's that age where emotions get to you the most, where you actually care if you've been bad or not.
Yeah.
ロキシー。お母さん、突然出て行ってごめんなさい。
Just poor Roxy.
お父さんもごめんなさい。
私は今初めて分かった。大切なことは言葉ではなかったのだと。
I'll just say that couldn't have been the whole episode.
Yeah, we're just back to the void again.
And who needs that epilepsy-inducing telepathy anyway?
Gosh, that would actually be terrible. Like, so some percentage of people are just epileptic. This is a medieval society, there's not much sensory input anyway. Then one day some random person comes by and tries to use telepathy on you, and you're just dying. Oh, that'd be the worst. Look, Roxy, I'm not going to judge your parents, but that's the weakest soup I've ever seen.
もう立ってしまうのか。
うん。ごめんなさい。私を慕ってくれている行方不明の弟子を探さないと。
そうか。
Oh, he'd be so disappointed right now.
Good word choice.
ああ、そういえば2年ほど前、ロキシーの弟子だっていうやつがこの村に来たぞ。確か名前は。
ルーデス君よ。
そうそう、ルーデスだ。
はい。あの子たち、もう家までたどり着けたのかしらね。
あの子たちって他にも誰かいたんですか？
エリスちゃんって女の子とルイジェルドさんの3人で旅してたわ。
ルイジェルドってのはスペルド族な。
Yeah, remember the people?
ロキシーが村を出て行った少し
People killed everybody?
交流が始まってな。ずっと怖い奴らだと思っていたが、これが意外に。ロキシー？
Oh.
I'm at least 2 years behind. Now 4 years at least.
Didn't get the memo. Mass murder, actually okay.
Well, I mean, she's basically gone 4 years in the wrong direction.
Out of all the anime overreactions to exist, like, that was the most reasonable one ever.
許さん。俺は許さんからな。
Dad, what up?
それにしてもルーデウスがスペルド族と一緒とは。ということは
Yeah, where'd the rest of your party go?
聞いていたデッドエンドを語る3人組の
They clearly didn't come with you to the village.
I guess they dropped off after a while.
なるほど。これでようやく腑に落ちました。
Like, I'm not even sure they came to this town with her.
そんな恐れ知らずな人がいるわけがないと思いましたが、ルーデウスならあるいはスペルド族を仲間にしてしまうなんて、どこまですごい人になってしまうのでしょうか。ただいま。
Oh, yeah, there they are.
Yeah, clearly. They'd be wrong about most things, Griff. Still haven't figured out that thing in the middle.
It's just a local castle, I guess.
エリナリーゼさんもいい加減人目につかないところでやってください。
To be fair, they were in a room.
これからどうするんじゃ。
ま大陸の北西部を目指しましょう。ゼニスさん、リーリャさん、アイシャの3人はまだ見つかっていませんから。
弟子に会わなくてもいいのか。
構いません。
I wonder if she's gonna run into Paul.
Oh, that would be funny.
I mean, as well as a possibility she could run into his lane.
They also already have a literally working relationship, so it works out. Oh, but that's all we get. We just get drama today. Good drama.
Also, this new ending, right?
No, this is the same.
I swear, Griff, I'm seeing things that you don't seem to see seeing sometimes.
I must be. I guess I'm just blind.
Also, I wonder why Rudeus is cut out from all of these.
Something. His separation from other people.
I mean, I think I've mentioned it before as well.
Yeah, we did at least a couple episodes ago. But no, he's Shinji. It's his AT field, it gives him like a force field power,
Come on, we all know Shinji has no powers.
He does when he's in a giant robot.
No, I think you find his power in this giant robot, which is not his power.
but the giant robots are specifically powered by how angsty you are. So angstiness in that universe is a power.
I was gonna make a comment, but I've forgotten most of the characters' names from Evangelion.
Oh, that's fair. It's been decades.
Because remember, Richard here has blue hair, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
And this is playing like a JRPG. I was gonna say that makes him Ray, and then we have Shinji here, our main character, and Rudeus, and we already have the red-haired girl whose name escapes me at the moment.
Right. I forget that one too, but this was a really good episode. And the only disappointment I have is that I don't also have even more things happening. Like every single time we sit down to watch these, I'm just like, no, that can't be the end. This is I want more. I expect more.
Yeah, it's a really good show. And you know what makes it a really good show?
What's that?
Emotional resonance. It's the most important thing in a show, I think.
Yeah. I do think like Roxy's like problem with her village is like very kind of surface-y. Like just because like it's introduced and then resolved like very quickly without like any sort of conflict happening through it, right?
Well, we
But the
don't
trauma
know.
of it, like the emotional resonance, like you said, is entirely on point.
We don't know when she ran away.
I'm trying to think. I feel like they mentioned a time period at some point.
I mean, how old she was.
Yeah. It is.
It
It has
literally-
been some time since they've ever mentioned
It literally could have gone from, am I a bad girl? Is that why nobody will talk to me? To her running away. And then never dealing with any of this. So this literally could just be an emotional break the moment she's reintroduced to the scenario, which wouldn't
Right.
require any time at all. So it's not unrealistic or distancing itself from the issue. It could literally be, I ran away as a child, came back, and finally faced my demons.
I guess to like be perfectly fair too, right? Like we had like an entire episode of the Beast Village exactly like that, where Ghislaine's brother is just like, "Oh yeah, Ghislaine, terrible person. We just sold her off because we didn't care anymore." And then of course him being like surprised to hear like, "Oh, Ghislaine is actually an incredibly solidly loyal and powerful person." All right, I completely misjudged that. So if we're just dealing with like people who have childish perceptions and then just like never let go with that, maybe that's a running theme here. Maybe that's something the show is going over for multiple characters before transitioning like that back over to Rudeus or something.
I don't know. Because I don't think that one holds up to that perception either, because he wasn't all that young when they sold Ghislaine. And to be fair, we also saw what Ghislaine was like when she was younger. So
they were actually correct about that one.
Well, I just mean that she was different than how she is now. And it's
Right,
more
right.
like, oh, you mean she actually did change? That kind of thing. It's not like a... It's very different. It's a very different set of circumstances.
Yeah. But let's see. I think is there anything else that we really want to go over? I think we clarified like our horse friend was in fact the one who was taunting Rudeus the whole time. But it looks like he's turned his life around a little bit, so
Not really. I mean...
tiny bit.
Well, I mean, I'll hear one thing. We're not 100% sure that's the same guy. We think it is. Also, everything he said he did before he tried to do everything he did to those kids, so not really change his life around. That's stuff he did before he was trying to, blackmail kids.
I will say I was almost thinking like we were going to have that comedy of misunderstandings where Roxy is building up a picture of like the dead end group in her mind of like worse and worse people who keep messing with everyone she liked when she was like on the demon continent, and she's gonna find Rudeus and be like, you're the jerk who messed with all my friends this whole time.
Well, no.
I was expecting like we would be winding ourselves up for that, but it looks like we kind of dismissed that immediately.
No,
so it's not even a
we're still
problem.
wound up.
Um,
She said there, right there at the end, before she walked in on our party, that she thinks rudeus is taking the name Dead End, and that there's still a real Dead End out there. She doesn't understand that there is only one Dead End, so she's still wound up about this other Dead End that doesn't exist.
Oh, right. No, the other point was like as soon as they started mentioning that, her reaction to that. I'm separating those two out a little bit.
Well, I'm talking about when she was talking to herself on her way
Right.
back to the inn, not about anything before that.
So we do at least have that emotional point to like cover later and see like how does she react to meeting Richard finally. So that sounds like about all we got for the day. So let's go ahead and wrap up then. This has been Stone-Faced Reactions, everybody. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we'll catch you next time. See you around. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?